Emmanuel Amunike has scored for Nigeria. Goal that wins the first ever footballing gold medal for Nigeria.
Joshua,
to continue their impressive run to place Edo State in the continental map.
Toby Amazon, look at the clock. I cannot believe it. She's done it again. 2 world records in one night. And she makes history by becoming Nigeria's first world champion.
Alex Iwobi decides to go early. Chukwueze shapes the shoot, gets some space. It's Osimhen.
Yes, our top leagues in Europe finally came to a close with the finale of the UEFA Champions League. An amazing fixture we saw yesterday. The guys in the house will be saying a team or two based on the fallout of that game. It's time now to focus on international football, and for Nigerians, it is Operation South Africa must fall in Uyo. We hope the guys would be able to soar 23 players reporting to camp today precisely. We'll be looking at this and more on today's package of the show. Not to forget, 5-time Olympian Bose Kafo is also standing by to bring us up to speed as we build up to the Olympic Games in Paris. On the part of Nigerians, plenty of optimism. This might just be one of our best Olympic Games yet. So it promises to be a loaded package. You know what to expect with Raymond, as well as the big man himself, Frankie Laboya, not to forget Tony Ubani. Let's do this together.
You can be an expert in all matches. You're an expert in statistics or people's opinions. 1xBet will help you show your expertise. Express yourself. You're the expert. You can be an expert in all matches. You're an expert in statistics or people's opinions. 1xBet will help you show your expertise. Express yourself. You're the expert.
Yes, feels good to be back at the show in Sportsville. I was about starting with the new national anthem. Maybe Tony would help me. Tony, can you recite the new national anthem on national TV?
Yeah, absolutely. As in, you should be asking that to Raymond and all that.
Why do you think so?
That's our anthem. That's the anthem that we grew up with.
Yes.
You know, I said Nigeria.
Calm down. Let's focus on sports. Tony.
Own their native land.
Tony, let's focus on
It's something
sports.
that we grew up with, but absolutely, it's so many people are criticizing it. You know, perhaps it's taking us backwards. But for me, as it concerns sports, is that the Super Eagles, all the players of the Super Eagles, none of them knew, were born, when we use that old national anthem. So for them now, they are just, trying to grapple with it because automatically they are going to sing it on June the 7th, when Nigeria holds South Africa. It's important they learn it and then, put it to mind, even though that is going to be played, as on the cassette for them to, play along it. But it's a good one. Important thing is that Nigeria must win.
On that note, Frank, let me bring you in. We also saw the likes of Rashida Tajibade on social media already learning the words of the new national anthem. Feels good to have you back.
Well, like Tony said, to me, I don't think that is more important than winning. If we sing from now till next year, I will miss the World Cup. We're back to square one. But it's okay. Whatever the federal government says we should do, we are citizens of this country, we will do them. So back to old national anthem, those of us that are forgotten, like Tony, will start to learn again, But again, me, I'm focused on the 7th of June, New York, 8 p.m. that match. Nigeria has to do the needful. The players have to rise up to occasion. Don't just take national anthem now. They have to play football that day. Show us that, we are the champions, even though we couldn't win in Cote d'Ivoire.
Yes, and we also have the man that loves the Nigeria Football Federation so much. Raymond is in the house.
Yeah, nice to be here. As far as Sportsville is concerned, it's always fun time. We were talking about the league not long ago, UEFA Champions League. We know our champion, we know those who are celebrating, those who are mourning. But for me, I will still focus on the Nigerian Premier League relegation battle for Sporting Lagos. This afternoon, they take on Rangers, who are on top of Nigerian Premier League, and it's going to be battle royale at the Mobolaji Johnson Sports Arena.
Yes, I will be talking plenty of the NPFL today, but at this time, let's kick up with the build-up to the game against South Africa. Your camp opens today officially. There are reports a couple of the players are already in Uyo based on what we've seen on social media. Tony, at this time, the concern for some Nigerians would be the absence of a couple of key players. Victor Osimhen will not be part of this one. Not to forget Nathan Tellers, who was exceptional with Leverkusen, as well as in the just concluded season. We know our own captain, fantastic. Tus Ekong won't be part of this. Kenneth Omero. You want to say a couple of key players are not in this one. Will you say, are there cause for concern?
Yeah, there is. It's a cause for concern, for Finidi George, who is starting, his very first match as head coach of the Super Eagles. I think he needed all the players available so that he will also hit the ground running. But unfortunately, these key players are not going to be there. Totally, it does not mean that he does not have, very good players in their state. I think that Finidi has very good players. This is where his managerial ability comes into play. How he's going to juggle. Most times, injuries, decimate your team, and then it is the acumen that brings out the best. You can somehow, swap some players from one position to another. That's exactly what makes, the types of Ancelotti, Pep Guardiola. Injuries are part of football, but I think that Finidi still has a lot in his arsenal in the Super Eagles, and we expect him, from the experience that he has garnered, even on the local scene, and of course playing football at the greatest level, that he should bring it, to bear against South Africa.
Let me come to you, Raymond. Raymond, I can't remember the last time we had 3 home-based players make the list for the Super Eagles as we build up to a key game of this nature. 3 home-based players in this team.
Yeah, maybe some years ago, the likes of Isaac Semitoje, Thompson Olia, and the rest of them. That is several years ago. And bigger test for Finidi George on his debut as the official head coach of Nigeria. It's sad that we're having the likes of Victor Osimhen, the likes of Kenneth Omero, out of this match number 1. And it's quite a big test for him, no doubt, and a big challenge for Nigeria Football Federation. I hope they will give Finidi George the total support. At least he has come in with those that will be, he sees as a possible replacement.
Yes.
But I don't know the kind of communication between the NFF and, of course, clubs of like Victor Osimhen, for example. Victor Osimhen, if I were in shoes of the Nigerian Football Federation, I would take a closer look at that injury, because he was very much on ground when Napoli were campaigning, when it was obvious they were not even going to win or defend their title in Italian Serie A. He was very much with them, and suddenly with a few days to match against a top enemy or opponent like South Africa, suddenly Victor Osimhen is not in the picture. I don't know the questions that were asked by the Nigerian Football Federation, but if I were in their shoe, I would have wanted a situation whereby Osimhen would be in camp and he would inspire the team.
Yes.
After we took Ahmed Musa to Nations Cup of how many weeks in Cote d'Ivoire, and he was not playing.
Yes.
So Osimhen, the most feared attacker in Africa at the moment, suddenly is not there. And we don't know much about, the circumstance that led to this one. What about William Trus Ekong? He did his foundation yesterday.
Yeah,
and the guy said he's fit.
Yes.
Even as he has not been playing for PAOK Salonika.
Yes.
I like the confidence of Finidi George, who said he wouldn't invite players who are not active and all.
For their
but, there's going to be a whole lot of difference. In South Africa, see William Trus Ekong and even, Victor Osimhen on the bench.
Yes.
Perhaps that would have been a big motivation. As it is now, the confidence of South Africa is bigger than that of Nigeria, which is quite unfortunate.
Interesting. Frank, let's look at it from this perspective. You're talking of patriotism on the part of some of our players. For Nathan Tellers, he had a splendid season with Leverkusen, played the finals of the Europa Cup, and he said for family reasons, he should be excused from these qualifiers when we needed him the most.
Yeah, but I'm not even worried about those who are not coming. You mentioned about yes. The question I want to ask: how many times has he played for the Super Eagles? So to me, we are not going to miss him. Even Osimhen, yes, people will say we miss him, but I think it's an opportunity for other players to prove their mettle. If you look at the attacking force of Super Eagles, we are the most potent in Africa, even in the world. So I think this time for Finidi George to be able to make those changes, that we ensure we win. See, this match is just about patriotism. The players, if they have to die on the pitch, let them die on the pitch. We cannot afford to miss World Cup back to back. We're not talking about the Golden League just now. This is the third time we are missing the World Cup. Yeah. At the senior level, we cannot afford to. So on the 7th in Rio, these players must play football. Whoever, is giving that jersey must play football. They must play football. This is not about Finidi now. And the only way to do that is by let us see how they respond to camp. The seriousness. The camp today, we want to see that place should be filled up by this evening. Everybody must be there. Everybody must be there, And see, the best motivation is self-motivation. They know that we cannot afford to miss the World Cup. If they don't feel it, Nigerians are feeling it. The only thing that gives us a little bit of hope now is football. Everything in this country is struggle. Let's have palliative from football. I keep using that word. That is the best palliative. They have to win South Africa. Not just winning. We want to see some emphatic winning. We want to see a good football, combustive football. Not all this lethargic, they score you come back. I remember what happened to you. South Africa came here, and gave us the rude shock of our life. And somebody was telling me,
they're talking big.
Yes, and somebody was saying, sorry, we forgot our ball. We used South African ball. It was not bouncing well. You see, we are tired of those things. Anyway, I know that this team will play. I have confidence in Finidi George. I know that he will do it. And I'm sure that they will do it.
Raymond, any fears for Finidi? First game, you want to say an acid test?
The Finidi that spoke to me on Thursday, it continued to give me the impression that he's very sure of himself. Nothing to worry about. It's so relaxed. And that is good for a coach. When he uses such a total confidence, it's good for Nigeria. My only worry is just the fact that the main men, talk about Osimhen and of course William Trus Ekong I mentioned earlier, because those are the guys
we have capable replacement.
Okay, let's hope
don't let us build our castle around one or two players.
As you said, let it be that it's an opportunity for these guys to rise to the occasion.
Exactly.
But my argument again is, please, nobody should dictate to Finidi George.
Yes.
Let him be in charge, and I think he's capable of giving us a good result against South Africa.
I think that Finidi himself, is really very confident. He said it, as in his joy emanates from the fact, from the video analyst. He says that man has broken South African team down for him. And when a coach comes to talk about the video analyst who has, looked at all the teams, all the plays of the South Africans and tell you he knows everything. And Finidi is going into this match very confident.
Yes. All right. I hope that's going to be all talk. Let us see the action. That's what I'm saying now, because there's one between breaking down the team by video analysts and put into play. Just that the way that we are breaking down their own, they are also breaking our own too. So it's going to be a 90 minutes of action. But I think the players should be able to put Nigeria first. I don't want all this tap football as if you are guarding your leg. Go there and play football. Let the world say, yes, we have arrived.
Total football. Interesting, total football. And we just believe that the guys will go out there and do Nigeria proud. Remember, for the very first time, the players would also be reciting the very first time the new national anthem.
You can be an expert in all matches. You're an expert in statistics or people's opinions. 1xBet will help you show your expertise. Express yourself. You're the expert. You can be an expert in all matches. You're an expert in statistics or people's opinions. 1xBet will help you show your expertise. Express yourself. You're the expert.
Frank, let's quickly talk about the under-17, the Golden Eaglets. In the course of the week, it was confirmed once again that won't be at the next under-17 World Cup. You want to say back to back as a result of our failure to qualify for the next under-17 AFCON?
Yeah, we're always looking at the action and forgetting we're looking at the reaction and forgetting the action. To me, if we are serious in this country about our 8th grade level, let us have consistency. What is killing us now is just that we want to get it done. Look at Garba Mano. How many weeks? 3 weeks or 4 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yes, so what magic are you expecting the coach to do with players that are very raw? These are not super able that, okay, well, they already have tactics. These are players that are very raw that you gather from all, feeder teams. So I think when we come back home now, I'm sure they are back home.
Yes.
Let the NFF get regular coaches for this team. Whether there's tournament, there's
5 years, 6 years.
Yes. I remember Fani Amu, the man we call Transformer. When he was in charge of under 17, he went around this country. There is no even villages. Don't even tell me that he was in his village, to get players. At the end of the day, you can see, the quality of players he got. So let's have coaches that will stay, not 1 month, not 6 months, 4, 5 years with this team. That is our future.
Yes.
That is our future.
Exactly.
Both men and women football. Not just specific to women football, because right now it's also going gradually to the Falconets or the Flamingos.
Yes.
Let this thing be holistic. Let NFF come out with that type of arrangement that these coaches will stay. Ubade is there, Manu Gaba is there. There are also equally good coaches at the under
17 in several academies.
When are we going to see Nigerian coaches that will resist the lure, the temptation of being a coach in 3 weeks? A very professional coach who knows what he's doing will tell you that 3 weeks is not enough to go for a tournament.
I agree with you, Tony. I agree with you. When are we going to do that? But now, the interest, the personal interest, override what we want to get. We don't do 3 weeks now. Maybe some dollars will flow.
And that's why I can't stop blaming the Nigerian Football Federation. They must avoid these kind of things. I feel sorry for the public, the crowd. Nigerians who are passionate about Golden Eagles.
Yes.
We cannot qualify from a West African football arrangement that would take us to African Nations Cup. Quite unfortunate. Why do we have to engage a coach just 3 weeks to a major championship? Not good enough.
Not a good one. Absolutely not a good one. We are doing a breather at this time, and at the other side, remember we told you 5-time Olympian Bosse Kafo would be joining us.
You can be an expert in all matches. You're an expert in statistics or people's opinions. 1xBet will help you show your expertise. Express yourself. You're the expert. You can be an expert in all matches. You're an expert in statistics or people's opinions. 1xBet will help you show your expertise. Express yourself. You're the expert.
It is time to continue talking about the countdown to the Olympics. 1996 versus 2024, 28 years ago. we are yet to better 1996. The Minister of Sport yesterday talked about seriously what he wanted, what Nigeria will be looking at, winning more medals at the next Olympics. In fact, beating 1996 Olympic Games. But we are going to be at the Olympics with more athletes than before. In 1996, we had about 96 athletes in 9 sports. But in 2024, we have already had about almost 90 athletes, and yet we're still expecting many to qualify, and we are going to surpass that. But the real credential for winning medals is you have more athletes so that you can have the chances of winning. In Nigeria already, we have athletes about 88 and counting, and we have in track and field alone, in athletics, track and field alone, we have about almost 52. We have the basketball, that's about 15 to 20 team. We have canoeing, we have table tennis with 4 already. We have also football. And how about the chance of winning? But in boxing, we are having some of our athletes that are yet to qualify. And then, like I said earlier, the aspect of winning is about you exhibiting more athletes, more competitive, structured athletes that can bring in the medals. At the Olympics, there's no certainty for anybody to win, except you have people who will compete. So we are hoping that as for today, 2024, June the 2nd, we have 54 days to the Olympics, and we are still hoping for more athletes to qualify.
Very interesting. Very interesting. 5-time Olympian. You want to say the person we be someone who has been there, who has done that, telling us what we need to know. The build up to the Paris Olympic Games. Just keeping it with us. Subsequently on the show, we'll continue to bring you more beats as far as the Olympics is concerned. We'll be signing out at the other side. Remember, it's still Sportsville.
In multiple award categories, how do you stay winning?
Simple. I keep my eyes on the game.
For this league, what I plan in my mind is to be a champion of this year. Because of this league, I'll be always training, and I train hard to get myself better, to full confidence for myself.
I feel great being here. I like the experience going out. Actually, this is my first time going out of Ogun State, like coming out. So it was a good experience to me. So I like it.
Not actually my first time, but I just got the courage just to make my family proud. My dad was the person who said I can be anything in boxing. So he just picked me into boxing, and due to what he did for me, and I liked it.
I proved myself in season 1. Now I'm going to do the same thing at season 2 right now. So to show that I'm an African champion. You know, before I did it only within Nigeria. Now I'm moving forward into Africa.
Ikateko boxing promotion is not just about from grassroots development, but it levitates and emancipates boxing to the highest level. Because in this Nigeria, it's a pity to say that all we have been doing is building journeymen to fighting. But this time around, with the little impact or the big impact Ikateko has put in place, I now see Nigeria being a place that other foreigners are coming to build their records. As a matter of fact, Ikateko boxing promotion is no longer a boxing promotion, but an institution that has done very well to levitate boxing to its standard today. And that's why I gladly had to leave all the way from Anambra State to be here today.
I'm actually amazed with what I'm saying. I say all these given talents, God-given talents, they are highly spirited. They are just here. It shows. I can actually see the passion and the determination upon them that, no, it's going to be my turn. Season 2 is actually it's a mirror of season 1, but a bit advanced in the sense that in the season 1, we have 8 clubs vying. But now we have over 20 clubs who have actually indicated interest, but we were able to accredit 12 among the entire class for season 2. And the reason is very clear. We are focused on the well-being of the boxers. That means their well-being, their remunerations, their health, and so many regulations in compliance with the leader principle is key. We cannot jeopardize that. So by so doing, only those given clubs who actually meet those given requirements as far as health is concerned, basic salary, remuneration and benefits, that will continue to encourage those boxers away from the street for them to now know it's worth it building a career. That is one of the major things. Now, what we are also doing differently that makes a difference, probably that is the reason we have a whole lot of turnout, is the post money. You know, for individual weight category, we saw a swift drift, and now we have a wider scope. It's no longer a thing of the southern southwest region alone. We've now seen participation all across the state of Nigeria. And to be more frank with you, I'm so surprised to see boxers. They are not turning this almost to become a continental involvement. I've seen boxers all the way from Liberia, Gambia, Namibia, South Africa, Egypt, Angola, Burkina Faso, Tanzania, Kenya, Burundi, all yearning to come and participate in season 2.
Yes, you want to say the last part of the show, but we are not signing out without looking at fixtures that will be going down in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Match day 38 round of fixtures. Gombe United at home against Sunshine Stars. The big one in Lagos will be Sporting Lagos up against Enugu Rangers. Baisa United will entertain Plateau United. Enyimba will be at home against Rivers United. Another marquee game. Tornadoes will file out against Kwara United. Shooting Stars at home against Abia Warriors, while Aqua United will lock horns against Atlant. Several interesting fixtures await in the MPFL. Raymond, we are signing out on this note.
Aqua and Heartland fight for survival.
Yes.
Heartland are back to where they came from all indications. These are the way fixture for them. It has not been very good for them as far as this season is concerned. And the indications are that Aqua, who is also struggling to avoid the relegation, might get full points in this fixture. But Imba and Rivers United,
yeah.
That's the big fixture of the day.
Yes.
Two teams that have high aspirations. Rivers United falling out of the CAF Confederation Cup last time around. They still hope to be there.
Yeah.
They've ended their games that were delayed before.
Yeah.
So now they are in full stream as far as the league is concerned. I want to believe will give a good fight to Imba to this confrontation. Then of course, the fair in Lagos.
Yes.
I hinted about that much earlier. Talk about Sporting Lagos and visiting Rangers International. It's bound to be a hell of a fight this evening.
Interesting. Tony, you want to say it's safe to say to ask at this time who is the coach of Enyimba Football Club. We know their gaffer is now the gaffer of the Super Eagles, and the assistant coach is somewhere in Europe on sorting out his professional courses. And who will be taking charge of Enyimba in these fixtures?
There is the spirit that reigns in Enyimba, and that is the Nzobu spirit.
Yes.
So the spirit of Finidi George definitely is going to be with them for a very long time. And I think that Finidi has just done so well and put everything in order. And the guys themselves in Enyimba, they have already guided their lions and almost ready to do the Nzobu fight. And I pity Rivers United, even though I love that club.
Yes, boss, I was saying thank you very much once more for talking to us on the Olympics.
The 2024 Olympics is coming, and I pray that we are very ready. And I'm very sure we are ready with the likes of the wrestling team in camp in Yenagoa. Already the camp is vibrating, and I'm very certain that we will be looking at picking medals from there.
Yes, talking about certainty, one place you get up-to-date sporting information is definitely all our social media platforms. 24 hours, we keep talking sports. My name is Matthew Okugbe. Remember, in all you do, continue to keep a positive mindset, and don't forget to learn the new national anthem. Bye for now.
Emmanuel Amunike has scored for Nigeria. Goal that wins the first ever footballing gold medal for Nigeria.
To continue their impressive run to place Edo State in the continental map.